Dive into the captivating world of personality types, where each letter can drastically change how you perceive and interact with the world. Today, we'll focus on the nuances between two intriguing types, INFJ and ISFJ. Are you ready to unravel the 6 main differences between INFJ and ISFJ? Hold your breath as we delve into the first one. Our first difference lies in the second letter, N for intuition in INFJs and S for sensing in ISFJs. This distinction is all about how we process information. INFJs with their intuitive nature are like navigators sailing the vast ocean of possibilities. They're captivated by what could be, always looking beyond the horizon for patterns, connections, and future outcomes. They often rely on gut feelings, and their decisions are guided by the bigger picture they've painted in their minds. On the other hand, ISFJs are more like detectives, meticulously examining the world around them. They depend on their 5 senses to gather concrete data from their immediate environment. They value the here and now, focusing on the experiences they've lived through. Unlike the INFJs, ISFJs' decisions are grounded on factual evidence and past experiences. So, whether you're an imaginative dreamer or a practical realist could be your first clue. Next, we look at their time orientation, future for INFJs and present for ISFJs. INFJs are like chess players, thinking several moves ahead. They're always planning, strategizing, envisioning what could be. On the other hand, ISFJs are akin to expert gardeners, tending to the needs of the present moment. They deal with matters at hand, nurturing their immediate surroundings. It's a contrast between the allure of tomorrow and the charm of today. So, are you a forward thinker, or do you prefer to live in the moment? Now let's dig into their thinking styles, abstract for INFJs and concrete for ISFJs. INFJs, often seen as dreamers, tend to think in abstract concepts and theories. They embrace metaphors and symbolism, imagining potential outcomes. On the other hand, ISFJs are the grounded realists. They think in concrete, tangible terms, focusing on practical details and facts. They prefer what's tried and true over what's possible and theoretical. So the question is, do you find yourself lost in abstract ideas, or do you prefer dealing with concrete realities? The fourth difference is in their emotional approach. Empathy for INFJs and sympathy for ISFJs. This distinction may seem subtle, but it has profound implications on how these personality types connect with others. INFJs are often described as emotional sponges. They absorb the feelings of those around them, making these emotions their own. It's as if they're stepping into someone else's shoes, experiencing their joy, their pain, their hopes, and their fears. This deep level of empathy allows INFJs to form profound connections with others, but it can also be overwhelming, blurring the boundaries between self and other. On the other hand, ISFJs approach emotions differently. They tend to sympathize rather than empathize. They understand others' feelings, they can relate to them, but they don't necessarily feel them as their own. This allows ISFJs to provide emotional support while maintaining their emotional balance. Do you feel others' emotions as your own, or do you tend to understand their feelings from a distance? Lastly, we reach the defining difference. Idealism for INFJs and realism for ISFJs. Dwelling in the world of idealism, INFJs are the dreamers who constantly strive for the perfect outcome. Their minds are always buzzing with grand visions and lofty ambitions. They believe in the potential for things to be better, often seeing the world not as it is, but as it could be. Perfection is their North Star, guiding their actions and decisions. In contrast, ISFJs are the realists. They see the world in its raw, unfiltered form, accepting things as they are. Where INFJs aim for the stars, ISFJs keep their feet firmly planted on the ground. They work within the confines of what exists, making the best out of the current situation. They believe in the power of practicality and reality, accepting its limitations and harnessing its strengths. So ask yourself, are you constantly chasing perfection, or do you prefer to accept and work with what is? And there you have it, 6 key differences between INFJs and ISFJs. From intuition versus sensing, future versus present focus, abstract versus concrete thinking, empathizing versus sympathizing, to idealism versus realism. Reflect on these traits. Do you find yourself leaning more towards the intuitive, future-focused, abstract thinking, empathizing, and idealistic INFJ? Or do you resonate more with the sensory, present-focused, concrete thinking, sympathizing, and realistic ISFJ? Whether you're an INFJ, ISFJ, or somewhere in between, remember, every personality type has its unique strengths and beauty.